Hey, welcome to another edition of the Who Is Podcast. Myself, Quicksilva, and today we get the honor and the privilege of finding out who is DJ Technic, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Technics is here, baby. Make sure I say it. Is it with an S or with no S? Technique or Techniques?
It's with an S. I prefer it with the S.
So no,
people just say technique because to them the S is silent. It's easier to say technique.
I just say tech. That's my man Tech.
Yeah, that's it. Keep it simple.
DJ Techniques is here, who is arguably hands down. Where do I start with the introduction? One of the best turntablists that ever come out of Baltimore. Let me start there because a lot of us worldwide know you as DJ Technic, the producer and one of the founders of Baltimore Club, which we'll touch on in a little bit.
Right.
But like you're known for producing club records, being a dope DJ. But a lot of people, I think, forget that. Like your start that I heard about you was from this.
Yeah.
Before we really dive in, if somebody's watching this right now who's never heard of you a day in their life, never heard of you, never saw you, and trying to figure out why you're sitting there, and I had to ask you, who is DJ Techniques? Who is DJ Techniques? How would you answer that?
I'm just a dude from around the way that liked to play music and messed around and ended up playing music in front of people because I'm really an introvert. I kind of like don't like people.
Really?
You know, a lot like Michael Jackson. He like performing on stage, but then he'll go run in the corner and chill out. I like the stage, but the interaction with people, the energy, you know, I'm energy sensitive.
Facts.
I'm great on the stage with the lights and all that, but then if I gotta interact, I'm like, oh man, woo. But I still love playing music and giving people what they want.
Facts.
I just, you know, a teeny bit antisocial.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
I can see that, but I've never felt that because we've always been cool and cordial for decades now. Let's take it back to day one. Where are you originally from?
I'm from East Baltimore, the Alameda area, you know, and then I'm an Army baby. I went to Germany and was there from 76 to 79.
Gotcha.
And from there, when I came back, I had already bought my first record in 77 at the PX, Trans-Europe Express.
What the hell's the PX?
On a store on the base.
Gotcha.
Yeah, where you get everything from the United States on base.
Gotcha.
You know, so and they had a record store in there.
Wow.
And the first record I grabbed was Trans-Europe Express.
Trans-Europe Express.
And from there, it was like, wow. When I came back, my stepfather at the time was a DJ on the side because either you was playing sports or DJing in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I was buying records from 77 all the way up until about 82 before I started actually DJing.
So you would say your DJing career, you starting the DJ was 82?
Yeah, 82. When I got my first set of turntables and started figuring out how to put music together.
What was your first turntables and mixer?
SLB 100s,
those belt drive,
and that realistic mixer with the click in the middle.
Yes, Lordy Jesus.
Radio Shack joint.
I'm laughing because I remember that, but I know for a fact there's a DJ who just started in the last 15 years. He or she has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like they have no idea what belt drive and how exciting it was as a DJ to finally get some like what's after belt? Direct drives.
Yeah.
And
motors.
Oh my God. Can you remember your first set of 1200s?
Yes.
What year was this?
85 when Mantronics came out.
Wow. So like as I mentioned kind of in the intro, I heard about DJ Techniques before I knew who you was from battling because when I first got into business, I just wanted to be a turntables. I didn't want this whole party kingpin stuff just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be known as the nicest DJ in my neighborhood. That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of what we all want. We just want to play for the hood. And then it just took us everywhere else after the hood. You know, they pass you around.
Right. So would you say your DJ career started off as a battle DJ?
No, I was a party DJ first.
Really?
Yes. I started in 82. By 83, I was the first DJ in the country to do a teen night at Chuck E. Cheese out in Middle River, Maryland.
Give it a round of applause right here. Give my man a round of applause.
People don't know that Chuck E. Cheese had a teen night.
Really?
And it was every Sunday from 6 to 10. And I was working with a guy named Brian. That was working for Davis DJs.
Davis DJs. Yes. I remember the commercial.
Yo, he was playing a whole bunch of music, and back then we was breaking and stuff, but he never had what the hood wanted. So I said, you know, can I help you out? And he was like, well, how you gonna help me? And he looked at me like, you don't looked like somebody
Little
that know anything
kid.
about music. I said, I want to bring one crate for you next week.
Hmm.
I bought a crate of records in there, and he was playing them. I was fishing them to him.
Gotcha.
And he was like, this is all the stuff I needed. Where did you get this stuff? I'm like, well, I buy the records from Metro Stereo and different places in the hood. And he was like, well, I'm not going to go there, but
Not happening.
you can bring your records.
Right.
And then he let me open up.
Mm.
And then he just let me play.
As you should.
And then, I was playing. And this was every Sunday at Chuck E. Cheese.
And when you say teens, these are like 16, 17, those are like kids.
13 to 17.
Wow.
And then older people started coming from East Baltimore. Every night at the end of the night, the signature record to get everybody to leave was Purple Rain by Prince. That's how I remember it so well. It was 84.
Right.
I would play Purple Rain. He was like, yo, we got to get these people out of here. Play something slow. I had a purple copy of Purple Rain. Boom, I threw that on, and they started fishing out.
That is so dope, man. So now Chuck E. Cheese, you would say, started your career.
Chuck E. Cheese started my career. Most people that know me remember me from back then, because a lot of us from the east side grew up out in the county. I was out Dundee Village / Tidewater Village back then.
Right.
So I wasn't even popping in the city yet. I was a county dude.
That's crazy to hear. You're the first DJ on the Who Is podcast that would say your career didn't start in a club, but started at Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I had no idea, by the way, Chuck E. Cheese ever had a DJ.
Yeah.
Like you probably had it so lit, that's why they stopped doing it.
Right. Yes, because East Baltimore started filtering in, and they was hanging in the parking lot.
Fuck it up for everybody.
Bro, it was done. It was done. It lasted 2.5 years, and then it was like, okay, that's enough.
So what was the first club that DJ Technics mixed in?
First club
after Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, Chaps 2000.
Chaps was it at? What was it at?
Pulaski Highway. It's a strip club now called the Gold Club or whatever.
Yes.
But it's at the top of the hill on Pulaski Highway. It's got Pit Beef in front of it called Chaps Pit Beef. But it was Chaps 2000 back then. And I started doing tea nights there. On Sundays with Pumpin' Paul.
Pumpin' Paul
gave me my break.
Yeah, give Pumpin' Paul a round of applause.
Pumpin' Paul.
Cyber, I know this is about you, but what the hell is he doing? I haven't seen Pumpin' Paul.
Same thing. He's like Davis DJ's reincarnate.
Wow.
He killing it out there. That joker stay booked every weekend.
Shout out to Pumpin' Paul, man. I haven't seen him in decades. Decades.
Right.
So now you're DJing at Chaps. What would you say? Because I wouldn't say Chaps was the club that birthed DJ Technic. Like, what was the club that really birthed you? Like when I think of me, Club Indigo.
Yeah,
that's the club. That's what Quick got its start.
Right.
What was the club that Baltimore will say, oh yeah, that's where I first heard DJ Techniques?
The Frankfurt Room.
Where's that at?
The Frankfurt Room was on Frankfurt Avenue, around the corner from St. Clair Lane. It was a after hours. It was a banquet hall during the day, and then the after hours from 9 to about 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I got my strength in there.
Right.
I got Hulk mode in there.
Right.
Because at the same time, Fantasies was doing its thing, and I was playing a lot of house music over there that was relevant to Fantasies. If you didn't hear it at Fantasies, you heard it at the Frankfurt Room.
Gotcha.
We was all playing the same hip hop and R&B and a lot of club music before we started making the club music. But the Frankfurt Room gave me my name in the city.
Right.
Because I was the only place open there from, say, 11 to 7. Even after the Gatsby's closed, people from the Gatsby's was coming and getting 2 hours in with me. We was leaving out sometimes 7 in the morning in there.
That's crazy.
And they said, yo, you like the Larry Levan of Baltimore here, because you playing stuff that we only hear in here. I'm like, well, I'm kind of listening to what they doing over at Fantasies.
Right. And something if people haven't noticed, every club you talked about so far was over East Baltimore.
Yes.
And I remember, and I can't remember who I was talking to on this episode, but I said it was a time in Baltimore where it was divided. Meaning that if you were from East Baltimore, you only played over East Side.
Yeah,
if you were from West Side, you played over West.
It wasn't happening.
I was the East Side DJ. Technique, East Side DJ.
Yeah.
We only played at clubs over East Baltimore. One of the clubs I remember, and I was trying to see if you was going to say this club. I remember you played at Cocky Lou's on
North
Avenue.
North and Preston.
North and Preston.
In the hood.
In the hood.
Yep. That was after the main event.
The main event. Oh my God. Hold on, get a main event a round of applause.
The main event was my baby because it was still out there over East Baltimore, Eastern Avenue, and everybody from Harford County and the East Side and people right there in the Middle River area all, met there. It was
Yep.
like a AA meeting in that joint.
Facts.
And it wasn't that big, but we got them in there. Maybe 200-300 people at times.
Man, the main event, if you're old enough to remember the main event, and you gotta think, it's crazy because although I came up with the DJ Technics of the world, y'all are a lot older than me. And I was so young. You gotta think in Indigo, I was 14.
Right.
So a lot of these clubs that y'all are talking about, it's crazy that people can remember that I was there, but y'all were over 21. I was 15, 16.
Did you know Rod Lee back then?
Of course.
Okay. So I know you probably knew him, but I didn't know if you had a relationship because he'd got you in there. Because I got them in there. I got him and K Life.
Hold on. Let me get you.
Okay.
This is the crazy part, which you might not know. That's how me and DJ Rod Lee met. So me and Rod Lee, he was East Side guy, I'm East Side guy. We knew each other from being outside. And Rod Lee, this is before I was old enough to drive. They would go to the main event, and what's the other club that Raleigh and K Life had?
Something on Milton Avenue.
Federal Lounge.
Federal Lounge.
The Federal Lounge.
Federal.
So when I first met Rod Lee, this is Indigo days. This had to been 94, 95-ish. Raw Lee, I didn't drive, so he was like, "Yo, I'm DJing at the Federal Lounge. You want to come hang with me?" I'm like, I can't get in.
He wasn't at main event yet.
He was at Federal Lounge first.
K Life brought him to me to the main event.
Yes. So, but they would pick me up, drive me. I would go hang out with Raw
So
Lee.
we'd have been able to get you in the main event, even at your age, because the owner, Terry and Sue, they was letting us do whatever we want. Like, I got the door in there.
Wow.
The first time somebody that ran a club gave me the door was at the main event.
That's crazy.
I was going home with like 2 or 3 G's a night. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Oh my God. And that's unheard of back then. That's
unheard of.
That's back when all of us were getting 150 to 250 a party.
Yes, bro. He was like, listen, whoever come, they come in for you. So I'm going to give you the door. And I'm like, you sure you want to do that? We could do 50-50. He was like, no, you take it all. I said, okay.
Just understand that will never happen again.
No, bro.
Those days are over.
The door, we might get $1 off each head over 500, but we ain't getting the whole door.
That's if you're lucky.
Yes.
That's if you're lucky. Once again, you just tuned in and we talking to the DJ Techniques, man. Legendary pioneer icon. So we're talking about how you got your start into the business. So now we go from Chuck E. Cheese to the spot. What's that?
Chaps.
The Chaps to
the
Frankfurt Room main event. At what year did you start working at Music Liberated? Because that's where a lot of people that aren't from Baltimore, that never
96.
partied with you, they know you from there.
96.
Rest in peace to Bernie, by the way. Give Bernie his flowers. Rest in peace to Bernie. Back then, every DJ was known for a record store. And it was almost like you weren't official
until you was in the store.
Until you were in the store.
You had to be in the store.
And we never called
to the people.
We never called it the name of the store. Even though like DJ Boobies at Rice Town Road, we called it DJ Boobie Store.
Yep. The head DJ.
Right.
Well, I was at Sound of Baltimore on Greenmount Avenue first.
Time out.
Greenmount 33rd.
Time out.
For the East Side people,
Time out.
Can't forget about Greenmount and 33rd.
Time out.
Sound of Baltimore 2.
Time out. Let me rewind all of it. Tell you why. I just realized, and I don't know if you remember this, you sold me my first set of 1200s
I remember that.
at Sounds of Baltimore on Greenmount 33rd. So my first set of turntables, I was 10 years old with some Linear Tech belt drives. And you know, they was phony back then. But I mean, you know, 1200s was it. But my father couldn't afford no 1200s. So I was mixing with the Linear Techs for years. What year were you at with Sounds of Baltimore? Had been early 90s.
90 to 93.
Makes all the sense. So once again, I started in 1990. I remember around 92, 93, I did a party with DJ Boob. We talked about this at the YWCA on Franklin Street. And DJ Booby walked in there with these silver cases.
Oh, yeah. The anvil cases.
Oh, my God. With 1200s in it. So let's just paint the picture for people to understand that. So now you got this little 13-year-old, 14-year-old kid who's mixing on belt drive turntables. And my career has just started. I'm the big high school DJ, not clubs yet. So we're doing a party at the YWCA. And they had booked DJ Boobies. You can already imagine me as a kid thinking, oh shit, DJ Boobies about to walk in.
Yes.
Because I looked at the Techniques, the Boobies. Y'all were gods to me. Because y'all were way before me. So Boobie walks in with these anvil cases and he gets on the mic and he says, you know, Boobie, I didn't talk in the mic like that back then. So Boobie gets on the mic, hey, shout out, whatever. He said, I need a second, hook up my turntables because I can't mix on these. So it crushed my heart because I'm like, he just shitted on my turntables. I know he didn't mean to.
Yeah.
So then he stops the party. Like in the middle of the party, takes about 5 minutes, takes my turntables, puts them on the ground, takes his Advils, open them up, and when he opened them up, it was like, hallelujah,
Yes.
hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Like, I feel like
That's
a
what
glow.
1200s do to
I
you.
feel like a glow came on.
Yes.
So now DJ Booby gets on the turntables. I had a Gemini Scratch Master mixer.
Yeah, we all had
And he
that.
goes crazy. I remember going home to my dad and said, Dad, these not gonna work. He said, what's wrong? He said, you're doing good. I said, no. I got to get some 1200s because I'm not official. DJ Booby just came and embarrassed me. And I have to get some 1200s. So I remember, I'm from that area. I'm from Shady Side, Tivoli Avenue, which is 5 minutes from Green Mountain 33rd, where you worked at. So my father took me to Green Mountain and 33rd. And I'm going to tell you the price of them. Tell me if I'm wrong. I want to say it was like $400 or $500.
Yeah, $4.99 back then.
So y'all know
$3.99 was a deal.
So y'all know I'm not making this up.
A piece.
And my dad was like, I can buy you one now. I can't buy you two. So my first real DJ turntable, I bought from DJ Technics. This is a story I've never told before, by the way. I bought that from, it wasn't until you said that. I bought it from
Triggered the memory.
Sounds of Baltimore, Green Mountain 33rd. I only had one for like 2 years. So I had one. I was right-handed at the time. So my Technique went on the right hand, and my belt drive
the strong turntable over here.
on my left hand. But I want to say thank you because I never got a chance to tell you thank you for selling me my first 1200.
Yes.
This is why the Who Is podcast is important
Yes.
because I forget about some of the stuff.
Yes.
We've been in this business for over 3 decades.
Yeah.
That's not like a lot of people can't say they've been doing one thing for over
I
5
tell
or 10
people
years.
that. What have you been doing for almost 40 years? Most people have switched and changed up jobs and careers. We've been doing music 30 plus years.
Music is our life,
Yes,
literally.
bro.
So from Sounds of Baltimore, then you end up at Music Liberated.
Nope.
Another one between
I
them?
went to Metro. I opened up Westview for them. For Metro.
I don't even remember you been at
was
Westview.
There was a Metro store in Westview Mall.
I remember the Metro in Westview, but I remember like Diamond K being there. I don't know.
He was down the hall in their record store.
Oh, okay.
They had a music store down the hall, but I threw a DJ battle in the grand opening of the store that they had down there, and then from there they moved me to the Rice's Round Road Plaza store with Booby and Spin for a while. And then they had me do the grand opening as security. And they moved me and Spin over there to that one.
I don't remember none of this.
Once that store got up and running, they was like, all right, we good. You know, here's the pay. This is what we can do, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I kind of need a little more. I need this. You know, I wanted to be able to do the orders, you know, bring stuff in. We agreed to disagree. I went to Music Liberated then.
Gotcha.
And I thank Booby and Titan for, you know, grooming me and letting me do my thing in those stores because they pretty much used me to, you know, spearhead those stores.
Facts.
But I couldn't do but so much against them. You know, they already was running the stores, and you know, I didn't want to compete with them because I needed to be in that position. I wanted to order the records.
You wanted to be
I wanted to be a
top
buyer,
dog. You wanted to be top dog.
I wanted to be a buyer. So when I went to Music Liberated, Bernie was like, "Yeah, you can do all of that. I need you."
So were you the first DJ like that in Music Liberated?
No,
Who was there before you?
Teddy Douglas was in there. Mark Allen.
Gotcha.
A guy named Silk. It was a bunch of DJs had been in and out of Music Liberated because remember he had one in Mondawmin and one downtown.
Gotcha.
So he had us running back and forth between the two stores, you know, doing the orders and being the face of the place, you know, so that people saw me and like, okay, I can trust him. You know, the relationship was there.
And you would be DJing. I think that's why I used to love going to Music Liberated because, you know, all the I came up in all the record stores, the Metro 2s, the Inner City Records, all of them. But like when I mentioned that every DJ had his own store, I remember walking in Music Liberated. So this is what you said, 96?
Yeah, I started in there in 96.
So that's I'm 16, 17. I'm 16 in 96. So I remember like first going in Music Liberated and I would see you in there DJing. And I'm like, yo, this nigga is so nice. And
all day long,
and he would make it look so effortless. Like, you know, a lot of DJs, like, they could scratch, but they was trying.
You could tell that they was forcing.
Right. Technique would look like he been there selling your record, like, yeah, what you need? Okay, it's over there in left hand corner. Right there.
And
I'm
I
like,
saw you do that.
I did.
I saw you do that. I'm like, Quick can be talking and manipulating records at the same time.
Hmm.
And you make it look so effortless. Like when you won the DJ battle.
The Pepsi joint.
Yeah, I was like, yo, he up there cut it up like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I understand what influence does because I'm the sum of everybody I've ever been around.
Hmm.
I'm only as good as I am because I watch people and a little bit of them lives in me.
Right.
That's it.
But you took it another level because outside, of course, you being a music liberator. I got a dope music liberator story for a second. Um, Shout out once again, rest in peace to Bernie. Like I love, not love, I can say it now. Y'all did what y'all wanted there
Pretty much.
because y'all would have records that you couldn't find anywhere else. So I would go to Metro. I would do my normal run. Go to my dom. I go to Rice Town Road. Go down where downtown
had to
in
do
the
that.
city to find certain records.
5 bags of records in the car.
Because it wasn't no sharing files back then.
No.
You had to find the actual vinyl. And we kind of talked about this before we started the interview. A record that I was looking for years, Time X Social Club, Thinking About You, aka Woke One Morning, Tears in My Eyes.
Yes.
So I remember, I want to say even mixing with Rod Lee or Mike Crosby, but I was mixing a party with one of them. I can't remember, so don't quote me on that. But they took that, they was playing Funk Box, brought in Woke One Morning, and then brought in Set It Off.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like,
That's the mix.
My God.
The trio.
But you gotta think, this is my first time hearing that mix.
Mhm.
That became the trio that DJs are still doing to this day.
Yes.
But
there's no getting around it.
so I remember hearing that, like, oh my God, what is that record? So I'm looking at it, I'm being nosy. I say, Time X. So I'm trying to find the record. Nobody has it. And somebody told me, you might want to go check Technics store because they be having stuff like this. But you got to dig through it to find it. So I go in there. And you probably was mixing. I ain't even asked you for. So now I'm just digging through because y'all had it labeled by certain stuff, House Hill, whatever. So I'm trying to find the record and I can't find it. So I eventually put my pride aside and go ask Bernie. I said, Bernie, y'all got Time X Social Club? And I want to say, he looked at it, hey, Tech, do we have Time X? He's like, yeah, it's behind the counter. You told me to put it behind the counter. Ladies and gentlemen, if Technique ever tells Bernie to put the record behind the counter, that means it's a record that we all want, and they're going to make up their price. Now, remind you back then, records were $5, $10, 15 to 20, maybe for an album.
Yes.
So now I'm like, hey, I got it. It was a blue label, by the way.
Yep.
So he gives it to me. There's no price tag on it.
That's the setup.
Oh, he pulls out that little gun that has the stickers on
Price
it.
gun.
The price gun. And he looks at it, he said, Tech, this is a popular record? Tech like, yeah, that's a big record.
Click, click, click.
He goes,
click, 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 click.
keep clicking, because he's clicking $5, $10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He sold me a record for $50. And remind y'all people, $50 might not sound like a lot of money in 2026.
$50 was a lot of money back then.
$50 for one record was on. I can go shopping and get 10 records for 50. He's but back then, what was my choice? It was either spend the 50 and have it or not have the record.
And feel incomplete.
So like that was an amazing time in my life going to shop with you and Bernie at Music Liberated because a lot of records that I couldn't find or anybody could find, we always found at Music Liberated. If we couldn't find them there, we had to drive to New York or somewhere.
The only way.
But
only way.
Around that same time, this is when I was studying DJs. Shouts like my man Rock Raider and so many other DJs that went in DMC. But then I hear one of us. When I say one of us, a Baltimore DJ has entered the DMC. I'm like, no way.
Right, that ain't
because in our mind, New York,
DJ,
Philly,
the typical DJ lineup.
What year did you enter the DMC contest? And for those who don't know, that's the highest level of competing on the national
level. And now worldwide.
Worldwide.
But nationally, I did the DMC in '93 for the first time. And I got the idea from my boy Lawrence. His name was L Money back then, but y'all know him as Sonny Brown.
Yes. Oh wow. He was DJing?
No.
Oh,
he was my MC when I was I was at Chaps doing the teen nights.
Gotcha.
And he handed me a DMC tape from Philly. Somebody in Philly sent it to him like, yo, this is the joint right here. You need to watch this. And the DMC tape had DJ Aladdin from 89 all the way up to about 91, 92 on it. I'm watching this tape. I'm like, ooh, I can do some of this stuff. I can do it. And he would be like, yo, just practice everything you see them doing and then put your flair on it. So I was good at copying people and mimicking everything that I saw, which was good enough to get me on stage in the top 10 DJs, because they listen to DJs all day, like 150 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make it to the top 10, you good to get on that tape.
You're not good. You're great.
You're great.
Oh.
So I kicked like 139 DJs ass to get up on that stage next to Rock Raider, next to fucking who was up there? It was a bunch of
Rock
slick
Ray was my
DJs
one.
back then.
That was my one to watch. Him, Cubit. I mean, it was so
And
many.
Rob Swift,
Rob
all
Swift, yeah,
the early executioner type DJs was on stage. The New York and the Philly guys.
Mhm.
So
Cash
I
Money.
competed.
They owned it.
Yes. 93 was my first time, and I did all New York oriented battles from 93 to 97. ITF, DMC, New Music Seminar with the super Clark Kent. I was at every one of them.
Did you win any of them?
Nope, I just placed. See, the thing was, because I only mimicked what I saw, I could only be as good as the DJs I saw, but not better.
Gotcha.
Because I wasn't being creative enough. But all I actually wanted to do was get up on stage so I can watch.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just wanted to see how they was manipulating the stuff.
Yeah.
Winning wasn't in my thought process. I just wanted to get on stage so I get close to you guys. Some of that stuff would rub off on me. Because if you see them, then you can see what they're actually doing, as opposed to hearing it and seeing it on video, because the cameras are a little far away. You can't see if they're moving the fader or if they're doing anything or, you know, how they're manipulating stuff.
And I would say, honestly, man, you were definitely one of the best turntablists that I've seen out of Baltimore. I would say you, rest in peace, Vicious V, DJ Spin. Like, people forget, because Spin is such a house head.
Yes. Spin was a hip hop DJ first.
Spin would beat.
He battled Jazzy Jeff.
He
at Skating Ring down here.
I heard, did he win?
No, Jazzy got him.
Gotcha.
But everybody in Baltimore said that Spin took it.
Right.
Spin was more technical than Jazzy Jeff, but Jazzy Jeff was scratching.
Right.
And, you know, Philly style DJs had certain cuts just down.
That was
yes,
unreal.
But Spin was super technical, so it was kind of even. But they gave it to Jeff because of the name.
Makes sense. Spin always talking about his biggest battle. Well, legendary one was him and Terry T.
Right.
We talked about that on the podcast. Shout out to DJ Terry T and DJ Spin who's been on here. Definitely go back and watch theirs if you haven't yet. But we're talking once again to DJ Techniques. Now, my guy, of course, as we mentioned, you're known for so much. Of course, we know now, for those who did not know, yes, this is the same DJ Techniques.
Yeah, same one that did the battles.
People have asked.
Same one that's producing.
Right. They always thought it was two different techniques.
Yeah.
One's a producer, one's a battle DJ.
Nope, same
one
dude.
person. There's one DJ Technique.
Same dude.
He's sitting here right here next to me. So battling, yeah. Record store, yeah. You start, yeah. But then, of course, the controversial thing on this show is the invention of Baltimore club music.
Yes.
Like that has been the most. That's what trended the most. Anytime we talk about that, that's the one clip that people get in their feelings. The comments go crazy, and then the arguing starts.
Right. Because nobody's ever, told the story legitimately of, how it started and the timeline. Because we know something happened, but we didn't know how it all came together.
So as a person that's been around since the birth and before the birth of Baltimore club music, for you, when and what was the birth of Baltimore club music? The actual thing that we deem ours, not us playing house records.
Okay, there you go. I'm glad you clarified, because there was an era where we was playing other people's records and calling it club music because you only heard it at the club. So club music,
that's strictly rhythm days.
Yes, all of that. The imports, Precious Red thing, all that kind of stuff. Those were our club records before we started pressing our own records. So your question is what?
My question is, what was the first Baltimore club record? And watch how you answer this, because somebody's going to text you after this, they see this. What was, to DJ Techniques, a guy who's been around, what was the first Baltimore club record?
Okay, so the first record, and I'm going to go by chronological speaking, the first record that was a Baltimore club record was DJ Precise and the Boys. Get 'em, Precise, get 'em.
How'd that record go?
Get 'em, Precise, get 'em.
Oh.
And then he had it going backwards.
Yes.
They was coming They came to Music Liberated with that record in 88, 89.
Wow.
It was two. It was one. One was red label and one was orange.
I remember
Bernie
orange,
pressed the record.
orange label.
Bernie pressed it for him, and he went around with it twice. He pressed 1,000 each time. And Bernie told me this story.
Mhm.
That was right before Frank came with Doo Brown in about 91.
Mm-hmm.
But Get 'Em Precise Get 'Em was a street record. And that was just something that we played, in the clubs because it was, our first record. And it was hard. Jokers used to dance to it and battle, but it wasn't like a party record. So I would say, timeline-wise, if you go on Discogs and look at the year, that record was out before Doo Brown.
What about Get the Hoe Spin record? He said
That's a house record.
Spin argued that was the first Baltimore club record.
Nope. That was the first record that somebody from Baltimore pressed up, house-wise.
Oh, you gonna shake the table on that with Technique? Spin said that Get the Hoe was the first Baltimore club record. So you said it wasn't.
I wouldn't say it was a Baltimore club record. I would say it was a Baltimore house record because there are no samples in there that would make it Baltimore club. You know what I mean? Baltimore
Gotcha.
club was either the Think Break or Sing Sing or something looped up on 45. He used disco and house records to make that record. There's nothing Baltimore club in that record from a scientific standpoint.
And this is from a producer.
This, I would say they were the first to, save up their money and press a record and put it out. But
Gotcha.
I wouldn't label it a Baltimore club record.
So the first Baltimore club record is DJ Precise.
DJ Precise, my man Jermaine Miller.
And then the one that made it worldly
Yes.
would be Frank Skinner.
Yeah, Frank commercialized club music outside of the records that we were playing from other people. His record became the first, big record.
Gotcha.
Because Kenny B and them was making records. They were making records before me. Kenny B and Patrick and Diamond and all them. That record with Miss Tony, EAEA, and Get the Fuck Out and all that was out the same time too. They made me press records. I didn't start pressing records until 93 when me and my man Tim did Dick Control and the Tap Shake That Ass record. So it was you already had the Cradle records by then.
I did.
You already had it. Look at them records from back then. Ronald Mills had put out Miss Tony, How You Want to Carry It? What's Up, What's Up? That was right after Frank.
But Frank
Put
your guns out.
He put Your Guns Out.
Gotcha.
On his label, Deco Records.
Right. Gotcha. Wow.
That was a very busy time. A lot happened in just a year and a half.
So that 90 to 93, 90 to 92 really
was tight.
Was tight. And that's where I think the confusion comes in. And that's where the controversy.
Yes.
Because everybody wants to argue where they were in that timeline.
Yeah.
So timeline-wise.
Frank was right about everything. But Frank didn't know about Get 'Em Precise Get 'Em.
So I just want to make sure we paint this properly because you're the first person that I feel like has the credibility and the knowledge. Because you were in the store selling these records.
Frank used to come in the stores and me and Scotty and get stuff from us. And he was with Mark Henry getting stuff from them.
Old Town Mall.
Because they would call, yo, Frank over here, looking for such and such. You got it over there? Yeah, we got it.
So after Precise, what was before Doo Brown, what were the records that came out? You mentioned some.
Yeah, Kenny B. He had a record called Hot As Can Be, Volume 1 with Get the Fuck Out. It's hot in this motherfucker.
It's hot in this motherfucker. Somebody say, goddamn.
And a bunch of breaks.
Yes.
And then it had Shut the Fuck Up, bitch, you can't sing. Shut the fuck up, bitch, you can't sing.
I remember.
And the other side had shouts outs on it with all our names on it.
Just the name, DJ.
Yep.
DJ Kitty, yeah.
DJ Patrick came out with Find 'Em, Fuck 'Em, and Flee 'Em. What's my name? Say my name. Like he had
Say my name.
Major joints. I'm like, yo, this dude killing them, right? Diamond K came out with Put Your Leg Up.
Go ahead, girl. Put your leg like this.
Go ahead, and that's Dookie Man and his ex-wife,
like this.
Cotton the Cutie.
Like this.
You know what I mean? So we had a crate of records of just us back then. And then 93, I'm like, yo, I got to get on this.
So your first club record to date was what?
Throw Your Hands on Unruly Records with Scotty and Sean.
Throw your hands. Who'd you sample? That was
that was Method Man.
Method Man.
Method Man. And Hit It From the Back on the other side. So Scotty and Sean gave me my break with pressing my own records on Unruly. And then we did like 3 or 4 records, and then I started doing my own. I created a label, Knucklehead Records and Fully Blown Records. Knucklehead was my imprint, and Fully Blown had everybody else on it. Started putting out my own joints, and I recorded my first 3 records at Patrick House because I didn't even have equipment then. The money that I made with the first 3 records that I pressed bought my studio equipment.
Wow.
K-Life loaned me his keyboard to make Throw Your Hands and hit it from the back.
Give K-Life a round of applause along your keyboard.
K-Life recorded a couple of his records at my house. He recorded Somebody Told Me a Pussy the Bomb and a couple of other joints and a remix to Puff a Lot of Weed. And he was like, yo, I'm gonna need my board tomorrow, right? I said, you come to get your board tomorrow? He said, yeah. I'm in there, blah, 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 blah. Throw your hands, throw your. Put it on the reel to tape, boom, Volcanoes, Wednesday night. Bubby Love like, yo, I need you to DJ while I dance. I'm queuing up the reel. To play Throw Your Hands, bam. It's playing. Everybody like, yo, I heard that. Because I gave a copy of it to Booby to play on the V.
V103?
With the tape that had the pitch control on it.
Come on.
A JVC, I think it was.
I had one. Come on, stop playing.
He had been playing it on the radio, 9 o'clock mix every day. So when they heard it in Volcanoes, it was an instant hit. I go to Scotty and Sean with that. They like, yeah, we definitely put that out. It's already hot. Say less. Come on, let's go. From there, I used the money from the first 3 records that I recorded at Patrick House, which was Take It Like This, that Wild for the Night thing I did with Busta Rhymes, and one of Booby's records. You got it going on with Lil' Kim sampling it.
I don't remember that one. I know if I heard, I would remember it.
Bruh.
So after that, what would you say your first big record was?
First big record was
like that went crazy.
Second record on Hardhead Records with Scotty and Sean. The I Ain't Got No Man, Boy You in Luck. I don't want no boyfriend. I just want to fuck. Gone. I've licensed that record about 40 or 50 times worldwide.
You made a lot of money off the record.
Yes.
Let me hold something.
Yo, they love that. Like Raw did a remix. I did 3 or 4 remixes of it that I ain't got no boyfriend. I just wanna fuck. I just wanna fuck.
Yeah.
Right. So he took my disc and remixed it and made it better than the original. So we was going back and forth with like 4 or 5 remixes, and all of them are like cult classics now. So that was my first big record. Right. Then after that, it was no, the first big record was Dick Control.
That's what I thought. And I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to correct you.
I'm thinking about the Unruly Days, but timeline wise, the first record was Dick Control in '93. That was ridiculous because that record made everybody change the pattern of their drums. Because every record had that salsa beat after that. And that was nothing but a battle routine that I did at the DMC. Dick Control is me going back and forth with The Bridge by MC Shan on 45.
Wow. Boom, 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 boom.
That's me doing The Bridge on 45. Like if you go home and play The Bridge and put it on 45 and let the first part play and then repeat it, you'll hear, oh, that's Dick Control. I just kept running it back and forth and I hit the foot pedal to loop it.
It's crazy because now when you think of people, they almost reference that. So you're not like when you search something in the world, they be like, go Google that. They be like, yo, give me the Dick Control beat.
Yes.
Like it's like that's the beat.
It's like a reggae rhythm.
Yeah, right, exactly.
10 artists on one beat.
Yes.
So your record wasn't popping if it didn't have that beat. It's just the way it came in. It was like, boom, especially like at the Paradox and other places, the Old Owls.
Oh my God.
So you like, yo, that beat. And it just made women go crazy. So that and Shake Your Ass by Tap, that whole record was like me and my man Tim's claim to fame.
So Dick Control was on one side and Shake Your Ass was...
Dick Control, It's Your Birthday on one side, and then Tap, Shake That Ass, and then another record called Daddy's Groove was at the bottom. It was a 6-track EP.
Who is that saying Dick Control?
That's what's his name? AMG.
Wow.
Bitch Better Have My Money. On the album, it was a little interlude where he was going, Dick Control, you gotta have Dick Control for all these bitches. I was like, ooh, gotta get that. And Tim was like, yo, that's hot, let's do it. I went to to the 93 New Music Seminar in New York, left the drums. All I had was one pattern. He mixed it down. When I came back, he was like, yo, listen to this. Boom. Doom, 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 jigga doom, doom. Because I did the scratch too. Jigga doom, doom, take control, boom, boom. You gotta have take control. I was like, yo, okay. 93, the Frankfurt Room was about to close later that year. When I started playing that in there, I was playing it 6 times a night at the Frankfurt Room.
I can believe it. It's crazy. That record can never come out in 2026 without somebody saying pause. With a guy talking about dick control.
Right, because everybody worry about their fucking, their sexuality. Right. Like, we ain't from that era. I'm solid.
Wasn't no pause back then.
Right, ain't no pause. You bringing the, homosexuality awareness to the forefront when it's not even about that.
Facts, man.
And that was a chant that the girls in the Frankfurt Room, they used to say that.
Right, dick control. Gotta have dick control.
Right, that started out as a jab at men.
Wow.
Right? And then when we heard it on the record, we was like, yo, that's what these chicks been saying.
That is crazy.
Gotta have dick control. Later on, I came out with click control. Just to maximize on it. There's a version of dick control out there where it's a chick saying click control.
I need that.
You gotta have click control.
I need that. Yeah. I've never heard that version before.
Bro, it's crazy.
It's a DJ Technics exclusive.
It kind of is.
After Dick Control drops, and now Technique goes on a wave that's just, and I'm so glad you're here because, like, when people talk about Baltimore club music, there are certain names that's kind of top of you. Everybody, they say Frank, they say Unruly, they say Raw Lee now. Like, I think sometimes people forget the run and what DJ Techniques created. Like,
legendary.
After Dick Control, this guy, as a DJ coming up in that 90s era, when you went to the record store, like if it was 10 records, 8 were DJ Techniques. Like this guy owned, for those who might not know, what are like top 5, because you have 5,000. What are the top 5 club records you think most people might know you for?
Well, people just now realizing that.
So Dick Control, put that on there.
Yeah, Dick Control, but I got no credits on that because I was away, and the executive producer was Chris Beggs that used to work up in Metro in Mondawmin. He put the record out and sold it for us through Liaison.
White boy Chris.
Yep. He put the record out and sold it for us. I didn't get credit on that until after Tim started telling everybody like, yo did this. He was off in New York battling. I just mixed it down, and Chico, Faustin Lennon, he lived on Green Mountain 33rd.
Facts.
He was the production. All the drums on that record was me, but he was like the production executive. He made it happen. That's him on there. On he produced Shake That Ass. Because it's kind of housey. It's not Baltimore Club. It's housey. It's bouncy. That record would forever be my claim to fame. Mr. Postman.
That's what I was gonna say.
Crazy.
Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Yes.
Like that record still to this day I can play anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world.
That got me a call from Chad and Pharrell.
I can believe it.
They was like, yo, we under EMI or whatever, and they kind of want to know, like, what you doing? And I went to a meeting up there, and they just asked me, like, you sampling all our records and you doing all this? Are you making any money? I'm like, no, not really. Records pay for records, but it's getting me booked. I'm DJing, and kind of a little remix production deal was on the table, but the label didn't let it happen.
Wow.
And if you ever get to talk to Chad will tell you like, oh, Ted, yeah, I'm a fan. He was sending me demos of club records that he was working on. But Mr. Postman, big record. I got this record called Party People that's huge worldwide. And it was my answer to Griffin Booman's Pick 'em Up. Huge record, but it was more commercial. It was for everybody, not just the streets. Push It Up to the Ceiling with the breakdowns in it. It was the first record to have multiple build-ups and breakdowns in it. A remix to Shake That Ass. Take It Like This. It's crazy because the people outside of the hood have their favorites, and then the people in the hood have their favorites.
Right.
Like everything outside of Baltimore, all the records that I did that were for outside of Baltimore are bigger than the ones here.
So what are the hood's favorites here?
The hoods is anything with dick and pussy in it.
Yeah.
You know, any of the dirty records was the ones. Everywhere else was anything that was too commercial to really work here. And K Swift really blew up certain records.
What's My Chance?
That's not me. That was Griffin Boo Man.
Well, I thought that was you.
Nope. Griffin Boo Man did What's My Chance. Doo-Doo Kids.
You did the He Loves Me.
Yeah.
That's
Anything R&B
Yeah.
was me.
Got you.
Reggie blew that up. Reggie played that on 92 in the mornings, and that took off. He said, I need you to mess with this record. I need you to do something with this record so I can play it on the
He
air.
loves me.
I think it was a Monday. He came over Sunday, dropped the CD off with that song on there. He came back 6 o'clock in the morning before it was time for him to go on the air and picked up the CD and played it.
Rest in peace to Reggie Reg.
Reggie Reg.
Rest in peace, Reggie Reg.
Reggie blew that record up. From there, I was Rock the Boat, Baby, See About Me, Motown, everything, anything old school, boom.
See about, come
Roy
see
Lee sitting there like,
about me.
okay, yo, you doing too much. I gotta get on you.
Yeah.
So we had a rivalry going on at the same time. We're in the same crew. You know, the Club Kings. It was me, Dookie Man, and Rod Lee.
So let me stop. The original Club Kings were who?
Rod Lee, Techniques, and Dookie Man.
And rest in
peace
peace to Dookie Man first. Rest in peace to Dookie Man. Send our prayers out to your family and all your supporters. Because he definitely was another Baltimore club.
He the one that did the Get Him Precise Get Him. His name was DJ Show back then.
Wow.
Dookie Man was a DJ and he produced that. He did all of the drum machine. It wasn't even a drum machine. It was a foot pedal, the Digitech sample thing that he was using to trigger the samples on that Get Him Precise Get Him record.
Was that you produced Mocha's record too? Not the Boss of Me?
Not the Boss of Me.
That's another big one. How you ain't said that one?
Because I be thinking about so many records and their response to them, like anything for women.
That's a girl. Any girl watch this and be like, "You're not the boss of me."
Right.
You're so not the boss of me.
That tape of her just playing around in the production room.
Not the boss of me.
Right. I was like, and that was her term back then. You're not the boss of me. I was like, give me that.
Yeah.
Took it home, chop, 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 wham. Oh, another favorite by everybody is Theo's Thong Song. Don't get me wrong, cause I want to see your thong. And that's me just scratching. There's no drums. There's no drums.
On the dick control scratch.
On the dick control scratch. He did the vocals and left. He called me an hour later like, yo, you finished? I said, yeah. I'll bring it up the shop tomorrow. He worked in barbershop in Randallstown. He was like, yo, you did all that without me? I said, yeah, I don't need you. I got you in the keyboard.
Facts, man. Like,
and that record inspired Jersey Club, DJ Tamil. He said he listened to how I chopped up the thong song. That sparked him learning how to chop stuff and speed it up for Jersey Club. He said that one record inspired him to start Jersey Club.
I'm glad you touched that because I want to stay there for a second because you have people that actually still to this day will argue us where Baltimore club music started. The fact that it's called Baltimore club music.
That's
like,
DC Go-Go.
Right.
People will say DC Go-Go.
Right. Baltimore club. And they're like, no, it started in Philly. No, it started in Jersey. I'm like, y'all.
If the first time you heard it and you were in Philly and Jersey, don't mean it didn't come from somewhere.
Right.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. Question everything.
So I definitely would. I'm glad we have a Baltimore club music pioneer that can vouch that club music was birthed
in Baltimore.
In Baltimore.
Yes.
Philly and Jersey
came after the fact.
Just stop.
In that order. Baltimore, Jersey, Philly. And the heads of each will tell you like, oh, I followed Technique. And most of those guys came down here and got permission from us to go ahead and, start doing that thing because they was inspired.
Come on, man. Talk your shit, Techniques. That's why these you on here, baby.
Tamil and the Brick Bandits and DJ Sega and Philly, they were all coming to the store buying records, supporting us. With like, yo, how do we get down with the get down? I'm like, what? Do what you do. Weeks later, it was CDs showing up. Yo, play this. That's hot. Oh, man. And it was them mimicking us back then.
Yes.
And then something happened and they was like, yo, we can do this faster.
Yeah.
So they went from, say, 130 beats per minute to about 138, 140.
40. They be speeding.
Bruh.
Shout out to my
So
girl.
that was their thing.
Fast Club.
Jersey didn't take nothing from us. They just redid what we did. They didn't steal nothing because we still in the 130 BPM zone. And back then, we was dancing fast. Like, I can play a club set now for 20 minutes before they sitting down.
Facts.
It's not for us anymore.
Yeah.
We started club music for the kids. That's how we had all them fighting records.
Yes.
Because we was them.
Facts. Out
You
my
know
way,
what I mean?
bitch.
Yeah, now
You see what I'm trying to get through?
I play that stuff slow now, so people can
120.
Yes.
We at 120 with it.
Mine is like 5.
I'm laughing, but like people don't
You
realize.
got to know when to apply the hype.
I can't tell you the last time I played club music at speed. Club music that we have, that's the only thing that I play below tempo.
You have to, bro. If you want people to stay on the floor,
Right.
slow it down.
Slow it down.
They want to dance.
But in Philly and Jersey, they put it at +3, +4.
They had like 140, which is like half the speed of track.
Yeah.
So you don't know if you're doing this or this. You got 2 tempos you can dance to the music at, but you know it works for them, and everything ain't for everybody. But I'm glad the world has embraced all of it.
Man, shout out to DJ Technics, man. This guy has so much knowledge because he is really one of the pioneers. Now let's just keep painting the picture. So now we know DJ Techniques, killer when it comes to producing club music. Killer when it comes to turntablism. You don't want to battle him. You little young DJs, don't waste your time because you definitely don't want to battle.
Let me say this.
Yes.
I was the first DJ to travel playing Baltimore club music internationally. Like the second place I went was St. Petersburg, Russia.
Wow, playing club music.
Playing club music. And that was scary because, you know, propaganda have you believe that Russia is a dangerous place for Americans to be. And it really wasn't.
Right.
It really wasn't. The conflict between the United States and Russia is political.
It is.
But they have a huge Baltimore club scene there.
Still
Like Berlin. Yes. Wow. Yes. I can show you paperwork now where they're trying to license music from me from back in the day. Like my whole catalog. Russia and Berlin.
That's crazy.
UK. And they want the weird records. They don't want, you know, the hits. They want this is something you had on the B side. I'm like, y'all like that? They're like, yeah, it's hot. I'm like, okay. Send the paperwork.
When I say crazy, as far as radio, what radio station did you play on first?
V103, thanks to Bubby Love.
Shout out to Bubby Love.
Bubby, I talked to Booby. Booby was like, you know, we got the weekday thing lit, you know. And then on Fridays, Scotty, Sean, and Charisma had the Friday night, the Unruly Party. So I'm like, yo, can you get me there on Saturdays? He said, I can't get you in there live, but if you make tapes, I'll play the tapes. You know, and they don't care what happens on the weekends. So Bubby Love got me on V103 every Saturday for, I think, 2 years.
Shout out to Bubby Love, man. Bubby.
Thank you, Bubby.
Most people know him from hanging with Frank Ski.
Yes.
So definitely shout out to Bubby Love. And then from V103, you went to where?
V103, I didn't do radio after that until I never got even close to Radio 1 because it was so many DJs and it was so tight in there, you know, unless it was Reggie tapping you on your shoulder, you really didn't get in. And I was too busy traveling and doing a whole bunch of reckless stuff to be solid for radio then. But the next time radio tapped me on the shoulder was with you on X1057.
I was waiting for you to say
and that was the squad, yo. That was crazy. I was like, when B
2002.
Yeah, when B came, B didn't know nothing. B was playing like he was in New York. I was like, yo, this dude is killing it, but it's not going to work.
Working in Baltimore. DJ B was on the air beat juggling. I would never forget it.
Killing it. Right. I was like, yo, who is DJ B? And I'm going through my mental Rolodex. Like, ain't nobody from Baltimore named DJ B.
And not this nice.
I'm on the phone. Boom line. He answered. Yo, what's your name? Who are you? Oh, I'm DJ B. I'm from Philly, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I said, yo, Music Liberated. Tomorrow, I'll give you what you need. He was like, word? That's dope. I'll be there.
We all got a DJ B story.
Yes.
Because DJ B, probably after you called him to get the records, he called me looking for a barber. And
yes, he ain't had a haircut.
He had a haircut.
He had the BDBs.
He had a haircut. So rest in peace to my guy, Mark Baltimore, 43rd Flavor. Rest in peace to Mark Baltimore. I said, I got you. Go see my man, Mark Baltimore. And still to this day, when he watches, he's like, yeah, yo, Quick was my guy. He got my first haircut when it came to Baltimore.
Yes.
We got to get you on here ASAP, DJ B.
Yes.
We got to take that drive down.
B can tie some stuff together too.
Definitely. Another thing that you were first at, and I want to say this publicly, because I'm trying to figure out, Before I say this, I'm trying to make sure, because I always like to speak facts on this on the Who Is podcast. I get a lot of credit for being that Baltimore DJ that went and like took over DC. Like I went and took over the clubs, radio. Oh, and I'm still part of DC nightlife and radio. 25
Yeah,
plus years
commercially,
later.
they're
Right.
going to say that.
Right. A lot of people
Visibility
don't,
wise.
a lot of people don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, as far as Baltimore DJs, were you the, because you were before me. A lot of people don't know. I started at Zanzibar early 2000s. But when I got there, DJ Technics was already DJing at Zanzibar.
Yeah, I was already there a year.
You might have been the first Baltimore DJ to really have a night in DC.
Probably so. And that's what the owners told me. The Greens.
Mr. Green. Come on, Daryl Green. Foot?
Damien.
Oh,
Damien.
Damien Green. It was
Yep.
Damien and Daryl Green.
His son Naeem really respected the fact that I was knowledgeable in music. And I started on the international floor, playing downstairs with him, playing reggae and a little bit of everything else. And then he was like, man, you way too seasoned for this. I'm just sending you upstairs.
The main level.
Yes. He said, go easy on that house music and that club music. That's all I'm going to ask you. 'Cause I know you from Baltimore. I said, listen, I'm from Baltimore, but I can play anywhere.
Everything.
I read the crowd.
Yeah.
And the DJ booth used to be up in the air before they moved it where it ended up at, down on the floor. So when I played with him there, and then about a month in, he was like, this is yours, yo. Just go ahead and play.
Was there any DJ from Baltimore before DJ Techniques that had a night in DC? I don't know. Don't worry. Somebody in the comments going to try to argue and type. If y'all
as far as I'm concerned, I did it first. I didn't hear about it and the only reason why I ended up down there was because people from Baltimore was going to the Zanzibar. It was heavy. It was heavy business down there. You know, and I applied for Melba's back there because Melba's was open 7 days a week and killing them.
Right.
And they didn't need nobody. One Love was playing there 6 days a week, you know, and he was like, I can't, man. You know, I'm solid, whatever. They not going to bring nobody in. So when I went to DC and played at the Zanzibar, half the room knew me.
How'd you get into Zanzibar? You just went there, like, apply for a job? Like, how'd you get in Zanzibar?
Me and Tim Nice went down there and applied for jobs, and they didn't have no openings, and they gave us Thursday nights. We was playing in there on Thursdays for a promoter that was doing WNBA parties.
Wow.
And Naeem, Mr. Green's son, kept hearing us, and he was like, yo, y'all, the blends and, you know, the just in case, wifey set and all that. We were smooth with it. He was like, I got to figure something out, you know, and he didn't tell us that Fridays was open, Fridays or Saturdays. I think it was Saturdays first, because he had both of them open, but he wasn't content with the DJ structure. Something opened up, boom, got moved to I believe Saturday night, and me and Tim was doing it together, and then he moved to Charlotte.
Gotcha.
The only reason why I showed up was because everybody from Baltimore was telling me, you need to play at the Zanzibar. You need to play at the Zanzibar.
It was the mature club,
yes,
but it was popping.
Yes, the Zanzibar was like love for the 30 and over.
That's exactly what it was.
That's what I saw. I was like,
exactly
this is love, but strictly for the 30 and over. You had to be dressed, you know, you had to have some slacks on maybe and some
hard bottoms.
Yeah, Prada maybe, but it was elegant. It was black elegance. Like one night I was in there, Martin Lawrence was in there chilling. And what's her name? Players Club.
Lisa Ray.
Lisa Ray came in there and pitched me on my butt. I was going through my crates. Bam! I'm like, I was about to cuss her out. She was like, DJ, you was up here killing. I said, how you get up here? Security brought me up here. So I'm like, I'm playing Usher, You Don't Have to Call off the album. Cleared the floor.
Cleared the floor?
Cleared the floor. You Don't Have to Call. When it first came out, they wasn't on it.
Wow.
2 or 3 weeks later, it was on the radio. They was killing them. Because I was getting Arista boxes of records. But Zanzibar put me in front of people in D.C. from Baltimore at the same time. I get a call from the management at Melba's. Yo, the owner don't like the fact that you stealing his customers.
Should have booked me.
I tried to apply, but y'all told me y'all was good. All right, so what we got to do to get you here? I need
X amount of dollars.
Yeah, I need X amount of dollars. Okay, we're going to make something happen.
So then you end up playing the Melba's.
Yeah. I was doing both though. I didn't give up Zanzibar. I stayed in Zanzibar from 2005 to 2007 when I left and moved to Charlotte.
Mhm.
And that was thanks to The Wire.
Got you.
Some checks from The Wire had me, rethink things
So why'd you move to Charlotte?
because I needed clarity. I needed to be able to breathe. It was too
Mhm.
hectic in Baltimore. And when they hit me with that first check, and it was almost 6 figures,
Mhm.
I had to take the family and just relocate. And Charlotte was supposed to be the next Atlanta.
Gotcha.
Back then,
I was playing there a lot.
yeah. When
Still
the
true.
DNC went there for Obama,
Mhm.
it was supposed to blow up. But then in 2008, everything tanked.
Facts,
So
facts,
all
facts.
the financial agencies left.
Mhm.
So I'm there stuck like that. I was supposed to be opening up my stores because I had a store here
Mhm.
across the street from Bernie's Club Tracks. I had
remember.
2 of them.
Mhm.
That was going to be my point, to go down there and restructure myself and just produce, because
Gotcha.
I was a production assistant for HBO during that time.
Mhm.
I was just doing scoring scenes for them and picking the songs to go in the show. That's how
Mhm.
we all got music on there, and they got local
Mhm.
music on The Wire because of me and Raw Lee.
So that's what I would say. Just so people who might not know, what was your exact involvement with The Wire?
I worked with Blake Lee to choose the songs that went in the scenes. Like here, they was playing in certain scenes. They had go-go playing, or they had other music playing. Nah, like this is what we would be listening to here.
Gotcha.
And most of the scenes were scenes where it was either club music or something local playing. So I picked the songs. If I didn't have the songs, I made stuff, or I reached out to people whose songs I wanted to use.
Mm-hmm.
So I get credit for helping make that possible.
Give that a round of applause.
They had us sound like we was in DC, and it was like, yo, you don't know that DC people gonna be pissed off saying, yo, they don't even listen to go-go, don't play that. They was playing
I remember
Trouble Funk, Let's Get Small in the background in certain scenes on like in Eager Street when they was running around. I was like,
no, that's not gonna do it.
No,
bro.
so
So we owe DJ Technic some credit for the Baltimore club music that we had heard on The Wire.
Yes.
Give another round of applause.
The Raw Lee joints, stuff from I think Mully Man was on there. They use a lot of local
Young Lee,
stuff.
Shaking and Jiggling.
Young Leach. We all got our claim to fame on The Wire with the music, because I was telling them that's wrong. You got to choose these songs. You got to choose this.
How much money you make off of that? Let me hold some, Tech. That's my second time actually. Let me hold some. You made a lot of money around these streets, Tech.
We able to put the 20 G's down on the house down there.
Jeez and crackers, baby. Shout out to DJ Techniques. So once again, these are things that people didn't like. I didn't know. I knew you worked. I know you had some involvement with The Wire, but I didn't know exactly what you were doing. Like for some reason, I don't know why I thought you was like producing or like something for The Wire.
Scoring is producing.
Well, yeah, you're right.
If I'm not playing it, picking the music for the scenes is just as important. Like DJ Quick, or what's his name? RZA. RZA will either pick the music or he'll make it himself, and that's what I was doing. Some of the songs that were on The Wire was stuff that I made literally for them because it had to be sample free.
Gotcha.
Nothing that somebody can say, "Oh, he used my voice."
Jill Scott.
Yes.
Right,
no, that ain't gonna work. So they got a lot of drum tracks.
Dope, man. So of course, producing wise, you're on fire. Scoring now for The Wire, you're on fire. The DMC contest on fire. Making club music and being a pioneer on fire. What club in Baltimore would you say recently? Because like I say, you started as an East Side DJ. And those were the clubs that we all knew, Techniques, and like myself, anybody who was an East Side DJ. And this is 90s. But then over the last 10 years, what club would you say became like DJ Techniques' home?
I can't really say because I haven't been home. I've been traveling.
I would say Safari for a minute with you.
Oh, yeah. Safari didn't give me my name or anything.
It didn't give you a name, but
yeah, it was a home. Shouts out to Jimmy, who put Swift on. When me and Roy
Twilight Zone
went to him with Swift, that gave her home, and then from there, everything that came for her came out of that. Now this is the same guy. He's had maybe 18 businesses around Baltimore that you don't even know he was involved in. So when I ran into him at the game, he was like, "Yo, I think I need you for another project. I got the spot in the hotel, Safari, and I need everything." I'm like, "What? Okay. I need DJs, I need bartenders, I need the whole gamut. I need you to bring it." So at the time, I was dating Erica
Mm-hmm.
from the GM of Safari now, and she was bartending,
Mm-hmm.
but was working at the Belmont Hotel in Woodlawn.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
When they shut down, all the bartenders was out of gigs. So Jimmy was like, I can get you in Safari a little bit, but I need you at the game first. So we all started working at the game first for about 6 to 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then we moved to Safari.
Mm-hmm.
April was already there, I think, a night. She was playing with a DJ.
Biscuit, I think she said.
No, Biscuit didn't come.
To Athens.
It was another guy. No, it was just a regular dude
Mm-hmm.
that didn't really have a name.
Got you. I got you.
But at the exact same time that Jimmy said he needed us, we needed him, because April had, did her thing on the radio and violated herself out of the gig by, just talking too much. What they call it? Payola.
Yeah, but she cleared that up. She said
Yeah.
it wasn't plug. Yeah.
Right. Well, initially that's what it looked like,
That's what it
because she talked too much about Safari, because they were at Identity
Right.
and announced that the new party was going to be at Safari.
Right. But the thing is, and I just want to clear that up while we're there, because April Watts was just on the show. It wasn't plug only because Safari was advertising.
Yes, and that's what they found out.
Right,
They already had an account.
So they try to
Guys it under
say
that.
that she was plug only, but I can say this into the camera. April Watts definitely did not do plug only because she knows radio.
Yep.
And the rule of radio is, as long as the client is advertising and they're spending money,
They have an active account.
an active account, you can mention that. You can't go hard over and over, but you can mention it.
Yeah, well,
so
it was a 5-minute commercial. They stopped the music and was talking.
She went a little overboard. She went a little overboard.
Yeah.
But it wasn't illegal.
Yes,
it
it
wasn't
wasn't.
illegal. It was something.
They,
right.
When they announced that, Biscuit was like, "Well, I'm gonna need help. I want to bring in my man Tech." And April was like, "I heard him, but I never heard him.
Gotcha.
So I'm betting on you. You betting on him. Let's make it happen at Safari."
Mm-hmm.
And that's how Safari came to pass. We just did our thing for us, by us, for the then 40 and it was like 35 and older, whatever. And that put us back on the map with having a venue.
Yes.
Because sometimes we get displaced and don't have access to all the venues. Like, people think that was a white club with a black light. No, that was a black club. And Jimmy is Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a white guy, he's Hispanic. So this is a black club by a person of color.
Mm-hmm.
And we took it and ran. It was lit.
What was your exact position? Because I want to say, when you first started at Safari, correct me once again if I say something that's not wrong, you reached out to Sean trying to book me there, trying to get me having a night there.
Yeah, and
that was a little too expensive.
Yeah, when we heard the numbers, Jimmy was like, "I can't do that, not now."
Right.
He was like, "Yo, I would love to have him, but we're not doing them kind of numbers
to
generate that, right?" And I'm like, "Well, likely this dude will pay for himself." But he's like, "I can't take that risk right now. Saturdays is already up. We can try him on a Friday." But
I wasn't leaving park on Fridays. That wasn't happening.
Yeah, he didn't want to throw money into the fire in that yet. And we had to convince him to do the live broadcast. And it was high. So he's like, "Yo, I'm going to need to, stockpile some money before I throw X amount of dollars into a night that ain't doing nothing."
Got you. Understood.
Saturday nights was it. We owned the city on Saturdays.
Not even close, man. Shout out to DJ
What was
Technics
going on
again.
in the city didn't matter. Like, Terry T used to hit me and be like, "How'd y'all do last night? I had my party, whatever. How was Safari?" I said, "We had 875 people here, homie."
Yeah.
We right on 95. We was getting people from Delaware. We was getting them from Philly. We was getting them from Southern Maryland, PG County. Everybody was coming up because we right off the highway. They didn't have to go in the city.
Right.
And that's what saved us. Because if they had to come off in 95, we probably wouldn't have had them numbers.
right.
We'd have been empty.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, when I say DJ Techniques, you have so much history, not just in Baltimore, but worldwide, just from your impact on being DJ, producer, as we know now for The Wire, what's it called? Not Score, Score. Is it called Score? Make sure I say it correctly.
You sitting there watching the show and
like,
you putting music in?
Like, you've done so much, you've accomplished so much. You're a household name, not just in Baltimore. You're a respected name. A lot of people but they don't have the respect of everybody. To me, DJ, I've never heard anybody that's saying anything like disrespectful to me about DJ Techniques. what is next for DJ Techniques like right now? You've done so much and you've accomplished like you've done so much. You're at like retirement status if you want.
Yeah, oh, I kind of have. Like, I pick and choose what I want to do now, you
Hmm.
know, and um, I like watching guys like you know, elevate yourself and elevate the game because you've been on TV
Hmm.
and radio, and now you're doing the podcasting thing. I've done so much ahead of myself. I'm taking this opportunity to just breathe.
Hmm. So you still DJing like that?
Oh, of course, yeah. I still DJ. I travel like
Right,
you,
right, right,
and
right.
you know, I play a lot of private events. Um, Again, I pick and choose my workload.
That's a good space to be in because a lot of
Yes.
DJs now they DJ out of necessity because if they don't
This
DJ,
is a
they can't pay
career.
the
It's
bill.
been a career for me. I didn't even know that I could make money. Frank told me back in the day. He was like, "Learn the mic.
Hmm.
You a good DJ, but you'll be great when you learn that mic." And
Hmm.
Frank was all I had to watch because
Hmm.
he barely had to mix because he
Hmm.
would just tell a story, boom, drop the record.
Hmm.
Do a blend, boom, drop the record. So I'm like, I got to talk on a mic. I don't even know my voice. I didn't have a voice.
Hmm.
Somebody gave me a Jack and Coke one night. Drink this. Bam! You couldn't get me off the mic. You couldn't get me off the mic. I'm like, oh, this is what it is. And I wasn't doing nothing but imitating Frank.
I mean, Frank is everybody's goal. I
Yes.
think people are tired of me telling everybody how much he's my goal. Like
What?
I said it every
on.
episode.
Come on. You had to watch him
Yeah, you had
and
to.
listen.
Like he was the first person like I saw that would just talk. Like back then, you had other dope hosts and DJs, but it was screaming loud. Frank Ski would literally just talk to you.
He's telling you a story and leading you through the records. He know what he gonna play like 5 records out.
Mhm.
I'm gonna kill him, set you up, knock you down.
Back
Set
in the
you up,
day,
knock you down.
back in the day,
Yes.
then he talked
And
about.
he talks third person. He
Right.
talks to himself.
Hold on, Ski.
Come on, Frank. Let's go, Frank. I'll be like, is he talking third person up there? But that's working for people on the dance floor because they think Frank got an MC.
Hold on, Frank Ski.
That's a psychological like mind fuck right there.
I've jacked it. Don't worry. I've jacked it. I've made a lot of money imitating Frank Ski. Hold on,
quick, slow down, quick. You doing too much.
Quicksilva's here.
You saying what people probably thinking on the floor like he's doing too much.
Yeah.
Quick, you doing too much. Let me break this down. Play some slow music, and then you kill him.
Yeah.
And then you kill him.
It works, people. It
Yes.
works. The Frank Ski tutelage is what we
That's
call it.
science.
Yeah, science. It is.
That's
It is.
science. You got to get scientific with
Mhm.
people because for 4 hours that you have their attention, your job is to take their minds off of whatever the fucked up shit is going on in their life outside
Mhm.
of the club.
Right.
You got them for 4 hours.
Big facts. So what's next? What's next for
Bro,
Techniques?
I don't even know, man. I've done so much. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do continuously. Like I'm already revamping the labels and putting out 30th anniversaries of everything.
Nice, right?
You
right,
know,
nice.
I'm watching you with this. I'm not ready to get into podcasts and whatever because right now I'm getting pulled in a million directions for touring.
This is a full-time job. Trust
It
me.
is. It is. And I don't have time. Even though I got the time, I don't have time and the dedication.
Yeah,
Because,
that's what it is.
like the people abroad are keeping me busy. It's like I live here, but I'm working the world.
Mhm.
I'm
Makes
busy.
sense.
Most of my emails are from either Canada, somewhere in Europe.
Mhm.
I got a licensing deal with somebody in New Zealand and Australia. They all on club music time, and we kind of like not even on that time no more around
Right,
here.
that's super close. Do you have any regrets when it comes to anything in the music business, from Baltimore club to just life? Like, does Technique have any regrets that you say, I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda, something differently?
I would say the biggest regret is back in 2004, I had the first Baltimore Club radio station, 24 hours of Baltimore Club, BaltimoreClubTracks.com. I didn't keep that going. I shut it down after about 2 years because it started taking up too much of my time and responsibility. It was high maintenance. And the software back then and the technology was demanding more than I was getting out of it. And it wasn't a site where I could monetize anything and make money off of it because it would have paid for itself.
Mhm.
You know, with the licensing fees and the ASCAP and the broadcasting and be able to play on the air, no matter what it is, my music or not.
Mhm.
I wish I would have kept that going because that would have been something that the world could have embraced all the time at the same time.
Mhm.
I didn't appreciate it or respect the fact that I did that first. Nobody had done a 24-hour Baltimore club radio station on the internet. And
Gotcha.
City Paper gave me an award for that.
That's super dope. Super dope. You got a lot of awards, man. You got a lot of awards from City Paper, from Mayor's Off. Like, Technique is a award-winning DJ, award-winning producer.
Thank you.
And you deserve it. Like, can't nobody say they gave you those awards. Like,
Yes.
you earned.
I'm a Virgo. You can't tell us anything.
All right.
Don't tell me I can't do something. Hold my beer. I'll be right back.
Right.
Like people don't know I'm a bartender. I'm a certified bartender. A chef.
What the hell?
I got management experience from running Safari.
Mm-hmm.
I helped run our main event, so I know bar science by default.
Right.
I know what goes on behind the scenes. I know ordering the liquor, the food, the hospitality, furniture, the decor.
Gotcha.
From Jimmy. He's a contractor, so I learned drafting.
Right.
Everything you see in Safari, he built from his hands.
Facts.
So I know a lot about a lot of things, but I'm just trying to figure out now, like, which way I want to go with this.
So, bartender and chef, what's your go-to meal if you had to impress somebody?
Go-to meal.
You want to impress somebody. You got a lady coming over, you want to impress her.
Smoked salmon.
Smoked salmon. I'm not mad at
Smoked salmon over rice.
Simple, but
yes,
efficient. Yeah,
people mess up salmon.
Facts.
You can get a dry piece of fish and be like, yo,
this ain't
where's the moisture?
This ain't
overcook it. Yes.
What's your signature drink? Signature cocktail?
My signature drink is a Technic. It's a cosmopolitan vodka, cranberry, sour, and triple sec.
I'm not mad. The next time I'm ordering, can I order at the bar or on
just tell them you want a cosmopolitan.
Cosmopolitan.
Yeah,
we call it DJ Technic.
That's the technique. Cause everybody that knows me know he about to get the Tito's. He about to get the Tito's.
Let's be. I'm Tito's and Kettle. I'm Kettle one first, but then Tito's.
Yeah, both of them.
But once again, I just want to say Techniques. Like, we could talk for another 5 hours because you have so much history. But the purpose of the Who Is podcast is really to paint the backstory so people get to know who you are, where you come from. But more importantly, I always say it's to give you your flowers, man. Like, I don't know if you've ever been celebrated the way you deserve to be celebrated. Like, DJ Techniques is you've inspired not just me, you've inspired a culture of music.
I still get that to this day from people. Yo, I bought my first records from you.
Like, I bought my first turntable. I forgot. I'm
glad that I was there for that because most of the time when you talk about first, you don't even think that far back. You're like, where did I get my first turntable?
If somebody was to ask me on the interview, like, where'd you get your first turntable? I would have said music. I would have said what's it called? DJ. What's it called right there on 33rd? Sounds of Baltimore. I would have said Sounds of Baltimore, but I probably wouldn't even remember that DJ Technics was there selling it to me.
Yes.
Like, I would have forgot that. And then you'd have brought it up. I'm like, oh shit, he not lying. He not lying. He really was.
And that's how it's supposed to be because some things get hidden behind a closed door and you don't know how it came to be. You just know it happened.
You know it happened. So I want to say thank you for selling me my first 1200 because that changed my life. Like that. Anybody remember me from Indigo? I was a scratching motherfucker. I scratched every record.
That's all we were doing.
There was blending.
Cutting over top of the record.
I'm scratching, but it's because that 1200.
Yes.
The first time I had a 1200 and I could put a 680 needle or autophone there without putting a penny or and it wouldn't jump.
You was doing something.
Like, I'm like, yo, I can scratch hard as I want,
and it's not
going to jump. Ever.
That's where you got your hand from.
Ever. And
that's where you got your hand from.
I got super nice.
But you know what, though? The Linear Tech helped you develop that because you had to be extra careful.
Extra careful. And had to put the cord or the nickel on top.
And still hope that it didn't jump.
It didn't jump. Because so I had to...
Yes, your touch.
But the technique...
You can put a little weight on it.
Yeah. So I want to say on behalf of myself and all of Baltimore and all the world, just give you your flowers, man.
Thank you, man.
Give your flowers, man. You have definitely... like I said, you inspired the culture, you inspired music, you inspired DJs, you've inspired everything, man. It ain't nothing that I can think of in this industry that DJ Techniques wasn't a part of and flourished in.
Yes, and I got to thank Scotty and Sean for that.
When
I met Scotty and Sean, they pretty much put me on. I was DJing in Garfield's with Sean back in 88, 89. First time I played was on New Year's Eve with him. He'll tell you that story.
Christ. That had to have been nerve-wracking.
Look, he was playing club and house music, and I broke out with Queen Latifah, Wrath for My Madness at 12 o'clock.
And what did it do? Nothing.
It was all right. He was
did something?
He was ready to kill me. But he was playing Tough Crew, my part of town. That was more appropriate.
Gotcha.
But he kind of just let me do my thing. And so from there, I had to thank Scotty and Sean for, giving me my start in the whole club music thing.
Got you, man. Any last words for all your supporters that's been supporting you for close to 40 years now?
Yeah.
Longer than 40?
Yep.
God.
I'll be 55 this year. So
Jesus, you got me by 10. Just I'm 45.
The water's great. Come on in.
No
I'll be 65 when you're 55, but it's good. You're doing good, man. I'm exceptionally proud of you.
Thank you, man.
And your accomplishments. You're doing everything I wanted to do and didn't do.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot, man, especially coming from you. But if you could say something to all your supporters over the last 4 decades, what would DJ Technic say?
Thank you for the excellent run, and I appreciate the love and support. And keep coming out, keep showing up, because all of this is for us, by us. But Baltimore has always been ripped off or stolen from. Somebody's always jacked something from us.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Even down to the shoes or the way we talk or, the food. They're still trying to say we ain't the seafood capital.
Which is diabolical. That's like saying we're not the founders of Baltimore club music.
Support your own. Support your own. Follow the music. Sometimes you get caught up in following people. Follow the music.
Where can we follow you at on social media, websites, anything?
Technics brand on Facebook. I'm on Twitch, www.twitch.tv/DJ Technics. Instagram, the DJ Technics.
Hey, man, thank you so much, man. And one last thing we always end with, and this is where the controversy comes in.
Uh-oh.
I had to warm you up before I get the last controversial question in.
Hold on, go ahead.
You gotta take a sip of water for this one. This is one where DJs get calls and messages.
Oh damn!
You know
I know what's coming.
If I had to ask DJ Techniques, the Mount Rushmore of Baltimore DJs, greatest of all time, these are the top 4 that have had the biggest impact on you, the biggest impact. We're going to argue when it's all said and done. We're going to put on the wall. These are the top 4 people that's had the biggest impact out of Baltimore ever.
Yeah, and it's personal for me because people will say,
answer how you want to answer. You gotta explain it.
Just generally speaking, I'm talking about like, what did I get from them and how they impacted how I do what I do. Because like I said, I'm the sum of everybody that I'm around. So Spin is like number 1 because he was on the air, AM radio. And I think we're only 2 years apart in age. I didn't even know he was that young. I thought he was the old guy on radio mixing. No, he was a teenager. Jeffrey C, he was back there then too.
A lot of people give his props.
I can't say that I didn't develop my drive and my curiosity about DJing without acknowledging them because I was glued to AM radio.
You got 2 more.
Frank for his overall
Frank
approach to music. Skills don't matter to Frank Ski.
He's just that good of
yes.
talking.
When you are that dangerous, it don't matter how much scratching I can do or how much blending and mixing. Frank will be like, all right, play what you want. And they come right back and play the same records and kill you with them.
Or come on with something left field.
Yes, because his voice commands that people pay attention. And up until then, I was just a good DJ. Paying attention to Frank made me great. Because I utilized the mic. And number 4.
The 4th spot. Scotty B.
Scotty taught me structure. I watched him play. He plays low BPMs all the way up. The speed parameter. I watched him at Garfrey's program a room. And that was the first time I realized that's what programming a room was. I thought you just played what you wanted to play. No, that's structure. You start with your mediocre stuff and then you build them up and then you take them home. Hip hop, R&B, club, house. He was doing it all. So I was like, a set.
Right.
That's where we get sets from. So Scotty taught me the structure of sets.
I would have to argue that. Like Scotty is definitely one of those. And I'm glad you said that because Scotty one of those quiet goats. Like he don't talk much, he don't do much, but when it comes to who he is,
Yes.
his impact.
Yes, I watched him destroy a room with thousands of people, and there was no mic.
Right. And that's difficult.
No
to
mic.
do. Difficult.
The music was speaking.
I got to ask you one last one, only because of who you are, because you're not just a DJ. Some people know you more as being a producer than a DJ. This is where it gets done, and we wrap up after this, because this is where your phone gonna go crazy. Who are the top 4 Baltimore club music producers of all times? Mount Rushmore, Baltimore club music producers. Without these 4, don't exist. These are not, and it don't have to be the pioneers. Just these are the 4 who are the best, the Mount Rushmore of Baltimore club music.
Oh, that's easy.
Technique.
No. Griffin Booman. KW Griff and Booman.
Doo-doo kids, because so that we get them one slot.
Yeah, Doo-doo kids.
So we get them one, not one. So they're one slot.
Oh, that's not 1 and 2?
Oh, you can if you want.
No, they are 1.
Okay, so
and Jimmy was like number 3 in the Doo-doo kids. But
got you. So
Griffin Booman inspired me to go hard.
Absolutely.
So
that's I'm gonna give them 1A and 1B. So
Rod Lee, number 2, because he was the first person to really jump out there and start making songs using his voice.
I agree.
You know, you're just not fucking with him
at all.
You're not fucking with him. It's just no. A bottle of Henny or whatever it is he drinking, you're gonna get some hits. You know, and that's where Feel Me came from. He mentions it in the record. He played it for me after. I'm like, yo, what's that? He said, I drank that and wrote that.
Don't you see that was some Hennessy?
Yes. He had it sitting on the platter of the 12 when I went over the house. He was down on Kenwood Avenue. He had it sitting there. He was like, yo, it was me and this bottle all night.
Feel me.
Yeah, Griffin Boo.
Rod
Lee. Me.
Yeah, you can put yourself in it. You better. Don't be this ain't the humble podcast, right?
Damn, who would Dookie Man?
Yeah, I ain't mad.
Dookie Man was responsible for everything that me and Rod didn't do. He got a crazy catalog and a crazy approach to music. Like Rod was my right hand and Dookie was my left hand. You know, I'm just in the middle trying to compete with both of my peers. We kept each other hot.
That's super though. That's a phenomenal top 4. And I know I said that's last question, but I just want to touch on one thing, only because you just mentioned rest in peace to Dookie Man. What were you doing when you found out we lost Dookie Man? Like
I was on the phone.
Describe that day. Hold on, you were on the phone with him when he passed?
I was on the phone with him.
Time out. You were on the phone with Dookie Man when he passed?
Yes, the night he passed, he went to our Beach and Bingo with Be Easy.
Shout out to
and
Be
I was supposed to go. I was home working on something. He called me when he got back home from Beach and Bingo. And we was talking briefly. He was like, all right, y'all, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll call you back when I'm done. Hung up the phone. 3 or 4 in the morning, I get a call saying, yo, didn't make it out the bathroom. I'm like, I was the last call. I was on the phone with him. No, he expired in the bathroom when he went to the bathroom. So that's how that happened.
And what was the first thing that went through your head?
I didn't believe it. I'm like, man, it's a joke, whatever. And then I started getting the calls, you know, from his people. And then his lady hit me, and you know, everybody was like frozen because I've been with him through the stroke and everything that was going on with him. You know, coming out of the hospital, trying to recover from that. You know, he was cleaning up his diet and getting stuff straight, but he had heart failure too. I didn't know that. He kept it a secret until the last minute. As a matter of fact, he told me that night when I talked to him earlier that day, before he went to Beach and Bingo, yo, you know, I've been dealing with congestive heart failure too.
Damn, man.
Didn't know. So I'm still devastated because like he pops up in my feed, like on my phone, memories and stuff. I'm like, he's still here. But it is what it is. You know, you kind of have to keep pushing for those that aren't here, you know, and do what they would want you to do.
Big facts, man. Rest in peace to Dookie Man. We'll wrap it that way, man. Once again, I want to say thank you to DJ Technics for being on this week's edition of the Who Is podcast. Hopefully, somebody who watched this, who knew the name, now you've gotten to know the man and the person. of DJ Techniques, man. We back here, of course, every week, same time, same place. We do episode drops. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. We everywhere. You can't escape us.
Just do it.
Just go in there and type in Who Is Podcast or Quicksilva, you'll find it. But once again, thank you so much, Techniques. I love you, my brother. Keep up the good work. Stay safe. We catch y'all next week, same time. Who Is Podcast.